Hello everybody and welcome back to Magic Duel of Champions. So last week we had this jackpot tournament, and just as expected, later that day I've been given, or maybe it was actually on the next day, since I don't remember if I logged in at the same day, but I've been given this notification: jackpot tournament results. You ranked 277 out of 531 competitors, but did not qualify for any rewards, as usual. Better luck next time. So yeah, that's basically it. The Infernal Pit cards for this week. We have... come back here. We have Shinoshi for yesterday, and Cat Seeker of Freedom for Friday. So actually regarding those two cards, when we go to Shinoshi, I don't have much experience with Shinoshi. The matter of fact is that it's a rare card from base set 2. It's neutral, and these are its stats. I must say, with an attack of 6, retaliation of 6, and 6 health, it presents sorry. It appears as a considerable threat to your opponents. Also Dark Ward, which is really good, so he cannot be one-hit KO'd with a nasty darkness spell, whatever it is called, that kills your creature instantly. It has charge, so useful for breaching of the powerful lines, consisting of something tanky, blocking some high damage shooter or flyer. It is flyer itself, and it is magic, so first of all it won't get penalty for incorporeal creatures, and since it's a flyer, it can be deployed in the back row. So you can actually deploy him behind something tanky and have a really powerful line. So that's it. Honestly, I don't have too much experience with it, and with a cost of 8, it's like with my recent experience with the game, and especially with the tournaments, I'm like, expensive creatures, No. Expensive cards don't quite cut it. It's way better of building a deck that's plentiful of cheap cards rather than of the expensive cards. You can hold on to 1 or 2 expensive cards, but no. It's like back in the days when I started. I don't even know how long ago it was. 2 years or something? Probably. Yeah, I would totally go for such a card, since it's so powerful, so many possibilities to do with this card, but yeah, impossible to deploy. And the second card we're gonna have on Friday is Cat Seeker of Freedom. Cat is a basic, standard, typical starter stronghold hero, and honestly, if she's gonna be in the Infernal Pit in a shiny version, I'm okay with it. I mean, if you're looking for a decent all-around stronghold hero to build your deck on, she's a fairly good choice. And if she's a shiny version, yeah, maybe it's just me, but I love shiny cards, especially if they are shiny heroes. So Cat is actually a really nice choice. Honestly, if they were for the wild cards, not for the Infernal Pit deals, I would be definitely taking them. The fact that I'm not taking any Infernal deals is that I'm hoarding... Oh, we have a Soul River today available, and it's from base set 1 and it's shiny. Nasty card. Really nasty card. It's not that cheap though, but it is nasty. Yeah, it's like a fun thing worth noting. It's like I've been looking at my old videos just out of curiosity, and actually I was bothering with the old tournament videos, the tournaments that were still held in the beta period of the game. So it's the very beginning, one of the first of mine videos on YouTube. First of all, I was oh my god, the quality, so different, so much worse. But yeah, that's not the case. The thing why I'm mentioning it, because it was like a very fun thing to realize that back then Kalazar had 4 schools of magic. Like, yeah, except those 3 he has right now, he also had an Earth school magic. Yeah, and I was like looking at this and I was like, wait, something's not okay with it. Why does he have so many magic schools? So yeah, must have changed it. I don't even know when this happened. Probably even before the game get out of beta. I'm not sure, but I think that those videos back then, my first try on the tournament, was even before Stronghold was introduced to the game. Because if you're not familiar with the Duel of Champions history, it's like the Duel of Champions started with only 3 factions, with Haven, Inferno, and Necropolis. They were available to choose one of these 3 decks as your starter deck, and you were playing with it. I chose the Necropolis. I've been given the Syria deck, which actually is now it is totally ruined. I never bothered to create a new deck out of it, and I was just adding more and more cards to it. It turned out to be a really weird deck. Yeah, the strangest thing is that I even have newborn vampires here. I don't know why I've been adding them, but just in case. The blood ritualists. Even the putrid dragon. My god. Many cards, most of which are no longer usable. Yeah, way too many cards. I don't remember the original set of this deck. It was obviously different from what we know now as the starter decks. I actually have the starter Syria deck somewhere, I think. Here it is. Yeah, but anyway, interesting times, really interesting times. But I was really stunned with this, that he had 4 schools of magic. Yeah, and I was saying suddenly after the fact that they had all those 3 factions, suddenly they announced Stronghold, and it was like for a period of time Stronghold was only available like as a super ultra premium seals thing only. It was like ultra rare, pay much money for it and stuff, and then they added it as one of the standard decks. Yeah, it's like, I know my friends who's been like really pissed off because they're, oh, I would totally play with the Stronghold starter deck, but no, I cannot have Stronghold starter deck because I've started playing before Stronghold was even introduced to the game. Well, that happens. That happens sometimes. I am fairly satisfied with the Necropolis. Though yes, I was playing then. I really felt that that's not quite cutting it, and I went and I bought Cassandra deck, a standard basic Haven deck. Because back then, when you were buying decks, I'm not sure. I think there were 2 deck types available. And there was one premium deck and one regular deck. Yeah, regular starter decks you could have bought for gold, and some premium super duper desks, super desks with costing seals. Yeah, that's the thing. Now we have only the premium decks, built on the new heroes for each faction, introduced in the thing. Expert deck. Oh my god, I wonder what's so quote-unquote expert in it. Yeah, I assume that something named quote-unquote expert deck would turn out to be a super ultra overpowered deck that is ultra easy to play. Okay, but enough bullshit. Let's I have to play with Inferno anyway. I have 2 quests for Inferno right now, so I'm gonna go ahead and play with Inferno. I've wasted enough time with the bullshit talk. Starting player. Quite expensive for the start. Let's say yes. Let's start with a maniac. Yeah, it's like I'm really trying to hold myself from starting to sing the "She's a Maniac." Even if I'd increase my destiny and use the campfire, I won't have enough other stats to do anything useful, so... Quite. Nasty. Really nasty. That's why I say that Magic Channel 1 immune to retaliation, sweep attack. Adjacent friendly breeder creatures. Okay. Cannot attack. When Kabuki Cedrocrus enters the battleground, target enemy creature on the same row gain cannot attack until your next turn. Fucking bitch. Oh well. Ice Shell prevents all damage dealt to a creature. Four and 4. Damn, this bastard is aiming at killing me. I mean my Cerberus. Hailstorm. Fool. And fuck. Gosh darn it. Or I could 4 and 1. Is this thing immune to retaliation? No, it's not immune to retaliation. Chosen at random. How do you like them apples? And turn. Fiery sunrise. Deep Mountain Yeti gains +1 and +1 for each enemy creature. Interesting. Well, I have the 2 damage to target creature and all adjacent creatures. 2 damage to 2 target creatures for 3. And as it has 5 attack, this costs 2. If I'd use these. I'll be like spawning yet another breeder. Ew, and making this thing even more powerful. Nasty. Real nasty. This is a melee Yeti. Okay, let's do it. And increase my magic. Why not? Ah, shit. Shogun. Fucking bitch. While Shogun enters the battle with immediate 2 damage to target creature and all adjacent creatures. Okay. 2 damage to target creature and all adjacent creatures. 3. Bloody brilliant. Ah, of course it only works on the first time. Let's try it this way. He's increasing his magic. Coral Priestess. Damn. Spells. Again, spells. Oh look, Breeder Matron. How pleasant is this? Do or don't. If you have one card or less in your hand, draw a card. Bloody brilliant. Immune to retaliation, sweep attack. Let's make him afraid. That I may be storing a powerful spell in my hand. Opponent plays with hand revealed. Oh no. Immune to retaliation. Interesting. Really interesting. Okay, but for now it costs 3, with this 8. I will have 1 resource left. Or I could spend 8 in a slightly different way. I may regret it. Why I cannot oh, okay. Shh, easy. You move there. You go there. You go there. Draw a card. Boom. 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 My opponent is down to 2 health. Spells. Oh, he gave up. Good game. Good game. 12 minutes. 1,000 gold. Over 1,000 gold. 1,500 experience. Add as friend. Continue. I mean, yeah. Spells. Spells are so overpowered. My gold boost ran out. Oh yeah, that's why I had so much experience at the end there given, because I had the XP boost active. I used one more gold boost. And the next game I win with the Inferno deck. Oh my god, I don't know why I stuttered so much in this particular sentence. But yeah. One more win with Inferno deck, and I'll be given like instant 5,000 cash. So really nice, and with a little bit of luck, I'll be given like a solid 7,000 gold after one game. Well, yeah, killing 6 opponent's creatures. Do I know? I mean, it's not impossible. No, it's not entirely easy. So it is somewhere between possible and quite difficult. I mean, it depends on the opponent, on the deck, on your draw. It's like if my opponent will be drawing a lot of weak cards. I mean, not drawing, deploying a lot of weak creatures. Like, yeah, for example, like 2 health creatures with a 1 or 2 cost, but maybe with a higher attack a little bit. I mean, yeah, with a 1 or 2 cost, but I don't think that there are any cards with a cost of 3 that have only 2 health. But even though, if I'll draw then a nice amount of magma bursts and forked firebolts, then I'd be able to really grind this achievement up fairly easily. Yeah, sometimes, I don't know, maybe it said down there how many creatures. Well, it definitely said how many creatures were used. I think my opponent had 3 creatures still in play. Bad deck, definitely had a bad deck. Or really bad draw, but hardly. Yeah, the truth is that with a good deck you cannot have a bad draw. You can have either good draw or exceptionally good draw. Like the one it was facing me in the tournament with all those soul reavers, or whatever they are called, the cards that kill your creatures instantly. Oh, anyway, it's getting dark outside. It's like, yeah, fun thing, where, yeah, we're finally having spring. I mean, yeah, I know theoretically it's still winter according to the calendar and stuff. But honestly, here in Poland, it's like a total beautiful spring. It's like last night, I'm sitting at like 3 o'clock in the morning. Well, actually in the night, I'm sitting and I'm hearing something strange. I'm like, what the fuck? I take my headphones off. What the fuck is going on? I can hear birds singing. I'm like, what the fuck? It's the middle of the night. And it's theoretically still winter. It's not coming from my computer. I open the window. By the gods, I hear birds. I don't know what the fuck is going on. Well, actually we have already March. When I had this situation, it was still February. And I was really confused. What the fuck is going on? No, February and I can hear birds singing. Actually, I can now see a bird on a branch on the tree just outside of my window. Now actually this is one of those birds that stay throughout winter in Poland. Actually, I don't know what I heard, what type of bird I heard not last night, a few nights ago. Because I'm not that bird expert to know all the birds. But birds don't generally sing in the winter, do they? Well, actually they don't. Not like this. I've never heard birds singing in the winter. I mean, pigeons are making their sound, but they are not singing. They are pigeons. They are hardly birds. Hate pigeons. They are really annoying. Really annoying. Yeah, probably most of the people who live in Krakow will say that pigeons are annoying. It's like, yeah, the tourists, when they come to the Krakow and they are visiting the main square, they are like, oh my god, pigeons, so cool, so many. So it's not even happening that much right now. I remember when I was a kid, like, I don't know, like 7 years old or something like this. Well, I was really a small kid back then. The people were like coming to the Krakow and they were like feeding the pigeons. They were like, you could stand on the main square with some seeds in your hand, like for example, I don't know, corn, sunflower and other bullshit like this. You got the idea. But basically you could be standing holding this in your hand, and you'd have pigeons sitting on your hand and eating this seed straight from your hand. Stupid creatures. Yeah, they did that. Actually now I don't see that many people feeding pigeons in the main square. But yeah, that's what used to happen. I remember it. Well, actually, yeah, one thing to mention, we have this event, CM Hunt, listed here. It's something about catching community managers in the quick game, winning them, and if you win them, you'll be awarded seals. I'd have to look for the details over at the Ubisoft site. Actually, I have community managers on my friends list. Who is this? Bengal 2008 in-game level 177 commander. Oh my god. But I was looking for... I'm really curious why this guy has this star over his whatever it's called, over the LED that ignites I've lost the word, that shows whether he's available or not. It's like only level 3rd recruit, standard banner, and has this fancy thing. Oh, Domaraf. Here I have one of the community managers, and the other one is somewhere over here. Champion 2, Retazar, and Domaraf actually has 76 commanders, so Retazar seems to be doing a little bit better. They really do their job well. It's like, yeah, they are involved in the community. I remember I've been bothering them a few times in a few different matters, and they were always kind and helpful and stuff. So yeah, really good job for these two gentlemen. Okay, yeah, once again I'm wasting my time talking about bullshit. Oh yeah, but actually the point I was trying to make with the fact that it's actually getting dark slowly. It's like I finally, when I got home today, I finally got struck with it, because it's like I was back to home. I entered my room and I was like, oh my god, I'm back home and it's bright outside. It's not dark outside. Yeah, to be honest, it probably happened before, but today it really struck me, especially that the sun was shining really bright, and I was like, oh my god, it's finally the time when I come back home and it's not dark anymore. Summer's coming. Yeah, it's really cheering up. I'm really in a good mood thanks to this. And I'm really in a good mood thanks to the fact that I won. Oh, it wasn't quite the challenging and interesting duel. It just so happened. I had an opponent and I, no offense, crushed him. Knight 16. 16% knight. Yeah, that's the fact. Actually, 9 turns, 12 minutes. Oh, interesting. Playing in the tournaments does not affect my progression towards the next rank. That's good to know. It's like for a second I really was like, hey, why don't I switch for the jackpot tournaments? Like, permanently. Format weekly, and I have 3 decks available. What do we have the weekly format now? But apparently it doesn't affect my rank, so it wouldn't cut it. You must have exactly 1 hero card, standard, 8 event card, standard, 109 cards and 209 cards. So huge decks. Cards from your hero's faction or from the neutral faction, spells from your hero's schools of magic. No more than 4 copies of a card, no more than 1 copy of a unique card. Okay. So everything's standard except you need huge decks. Huge decks. So only my pre-base set 2 decks qualify. The decks that I've been using before the game was fucked up. Actually, none of this deck was good. Haven was doing pretty nice, I must admit. Necropolis was doing so-so. Sometimes it had a good draw, sometimes it had a bad draws. Sometimes I were facing opponents that were too weak to deal with this deck. Sometimes I have been meeting opponents that were too pro to deal with this deck. So yeah, very much more of different stuff happening regarding this deck. When it comes to Crimson Sands was a disaster. I mean, I was really hyped as soon as the what is called, the Academy showed up in a game with the Forgotten Wars. Yep, that was the name. It's like I went nuts. I bought the Forgotten Wars box. There is an unboxing of all those 10 packs somewhere out there. I have bought the Crimson Sands deck. It was a pre-made deck. I've been altering it quite a lot, so it ended up in its current state. But I doubt that I have ever won any duel with this deck. I was so hyped. Oh my god, this deck so awesome, Chantry Titan and stuff. But actually, it wasn't good at all. Not good at all. Yeah, I'm going to browse it. Here it is. So yeah, standard Southern Hexen Librarian, Cactus Thing, Dancing Dervish, Gargoyle, Enslaved Harpy, Spiritbound Gene, Wizard Tutor. Basically, back in those days, I was like putting almost everything I could in a single deck. It's like if I had a card that could fit a deck, I was putting it in. Dragon Golem. Not available anymore. When Dragon Golem enters the battleground, take a non-unique spell card at random from your graveyard and put it into your hand. Interesting. Spellstealer Wizard, my favorite Chantry Titan, Surging Titan. Yeah, like these two create like an ultra overpowered line, and people are always so focusing that line. Well, yeah, they have total of 18 health, total of 9 attack, 6 retaliation, OP, and stuff like shockwaves, focus blasts, more shockwaves. Loads and loads of stuff. Blade Mage. Many spells. Yeah, though this deck was the my tongue's getting twisted. This deck was doing really good at surviving. Until your next turn, choose one creature or spell or fortune. Whenever opponent plays a card of this type, draw a card. Interesting. Sorry. Anyway, I remember I was trying to focus this deck on discarding enemy cards. I'm looking for one particular card It was something like shifting sands. I think it was whenever a permanent friendly magic creature attacks, put the top card of opponent's library into their graveyard. At the beginning of your turn, return shifting sands to its owner's hand. Really, really nice. Especially given that many of the academy creatures are magic creatures. I was trying to really make a library reducing or deck reducing deck out of it. So I was trying to put as many cards that focus on putting cards from people's libraries straight to their graveyard. Actually, the Stone of Enlightenment was really interesting card. I think the real issue with the current decks is that we're really going bad on the cards that help you get more cards in your hand. Most of the cards that were draw a card things are missing right now. Like for example my all-time favorite Celebrations. It's like, of course, at this particular moment in time I can live with it without it. But I remember that at the very first days when the base set 2 was introduced, and the fact that I couldn't use Celebrations, I was like, oh my god, why cannot I draw cards? I was constantly dealing with the cards missing in my hand. Honestly, I still do, way too often. It's like probably the only card with that effect is the Campfire that lets me draw a card, so not quite. Anyway, loads of bullshit talk again. But we had a pretty decent duel anyway, so that's positive. So I hope you enjoyed this little short duel. If you did, like, subscribe, comment, favorite, what else you can do on the YouTubes. Share it with your friends, or whatever else you please. And once again, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next week when we'll hopefully finish all 3 quests at once. See you soon.